So here we have the Mercedes-Benz GLA200 CDI AMG line. It's the automatic on a 65 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. From the outside you can see that it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. Okay, so the tailgate on this car will open electronically. You can either do that by pressing the button on the tailgate itself, or the button at the bottom of this key just here. Give that a push and the tailgate will open up. As we approach the boot, you'll see there's plenty of room in there, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat, and you've also got the ski hatch that opens up through to the middle as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of it, you can see it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. You get half leather seats. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the speedometer, and on the right-hand side, the rev counter. In the middle, at the bottom, you can see what gear this car is currently in, and then above that, right in the middle of the screen, are the total miles for the car of 22,326. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the left-hand side, we have buttons that will change the information on that central display for various different pieces of fuel economy information, or you can have that nice clear digital readout for the speedometer. And on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, we have stereo controls, as well as voice activation for the phone. So hit that button, ask it to dial anyone in your contacts list, and it can do that for you without you having to take your phone from your bag or pocket. That is, of course, once you paired up the phone, and that is done over on the touchscreen in the center just here. So pairing up the phone is done under the telephone heading just there. All of this movement I'm making on the screen is all being done using this dial just here. So you can rotate around certain things, it pushes down to select items, and it moves around exactly like a computer joystick would do, enabling you to access any of these menus. So say that's where you pair your telephone. When it comes to audio, we've got the radio. So if we enter radio and go down to the bottom where it says FM, you can see we've got FM, medium wave and shortwave radio. You can go back up to audio and you'll see we have a CD player, USB input, and you can also stream your music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio as well. So once you pair up your phone, not only can you make and receive phone calls, but you can listen to your music on top of that. This car's also got a full colour reversing camera. If I just pop the car into reverse, that'll pop up, and you can see not only is it full colour, but you get the guidelines just there showing you where the car is headed in relation to the image that you see behind you, and you can see the rear bumper in the image as well. So it really does make it very, very easy to park. Working our way down, we've got the main stereo unit, so where you can adjust your volume. You can enter certain main menus just by hitting these buttons if you'd rather not use that dial that I showed you a moment ago. Below that, we have this button here. So this is for stop and start. This car is designed to cut out in traffic when you're stationary to save you fuel. You can turn that system off should you wish to. We then have the air conditioning at the very bottom here. So you can select the temperature that you'd like the air to be at, so 24 degrees for example. Fan speed, hit that button to turn the air conditioning on, and then the same thing to turn it back off again. You can determine in the middle here where you'd like the air to be distributed once it enters the car. That button there will recirculate the air by shutting off the vents to the outside, which is a great way of heating it up or cooling it down quickly depending on the temperature that you set on this dial, of course. We then have a 12-volt charging socket in there. Plenty of storage space in the middle here as well, and the dial that I mentioned first of all there. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.